Class 12th, Subject Physics, 5th chapter, Oscillations. From this chapter, let us see the introduction of this chapter. The oscillatory motion is the periodic motion. The displacement, velocity, acceleration for this motion are represented in the form of sine and cosine functions. These functions are called as harmonic functions, and the oscillatory motion in which these functions are used is called as the harmonic motion. Now, let us see the explanation of this periodic motion, that is, what is the meaning of periodic motion. Any motion which repeats itself after a definite interval of time is called as periodic motion. Any motion which repeats itself after a definite interval of time is called as the periodic motion. A body performing periodic motion goes on repeating the same set of movements, that is, same set of the paths again and again. The time taken for one such set of movements is called its period or periodic time. The time taken by that body for one set of such movements is called its period or periodic time. Now let us see some of the examples of periodic motion. The motion of the moon around the earth, the motion of the planets around the sun, the motion of the electrons around the nucleus. These are some of the examples of the periodic motion. Now, let us see what is oscillatory or vibratory motion. Oscillatory or vibratory motion. The oscillatory periodic motion is simple harmonic motion in which every particle of oscillating body moves to and fro about its mean position along a certain fixed path. So in this case, the particles will move to and fro about its mean position. If the path is a straight line, then the motion is called as linear simple harmonic motion, that is linear SHM. The oscillatory motion in which the displacement, velocity and acceleration of a body changes with respect to time and can be expressed in terms of sine and cosine functions is called as simple harmonic motion. Now let us see some of the examples of simple harmonic motion or vibratory motion. The motion of the needle of a sewing machine in up and down direction, motion of the pendulum in a clock, motion of a body suspended from a spring, as well as the motion of the prongs of vibrating tuning fork are the examples of oscillatory or vibratory motion. Now, if you consider the simple harmonic motion, then there are two types of simple harmonic motion, that is linear simple harmonic motion. That means if the path along which that body is moving is linear or a straight line, then it is linear simple harmonic motion. And second is the angular simple harmonic motion, that is if the path along which that body is moving is circular. So like this, there are two types of simple harmonic motions, like linear simple harmonic motion and angular simple harmonic motion. Let us see the first one, that is linear simple harmonic motion, how it will be defined. So first of all, we will have to define that linear simple harmonic motion. So the linear periodic motion in which the force acting on the body the linear periodic motion in which the force acting on the body or the acceleration of the body is directly proportional to its displacement from the mean position and its direction is opposite to that of displacement of the body from the mean position is called as linear simple harmonic motion. The linear periodic motion in which the force acting on the body or acceleration of the body is directly proportional to its displacement from the mean position and its direction is opposite to that of the displacement of the body from the mean position is called as linear simple harmonic motion. So in order to explain this linear simple harmonic motion, let us consider rigid support. One end of this spring is connected to this rigid support and the other end of the spring is connected to a block which will be kept on the plane horizontal surface. Now when no force is applied on this block, at that time that block is at position O, which is called as the mean position. So this O will represent mean position. As no external force is applied on this block, therefore the restoring force exerted by the spring will be equal to 0 at mean position. Now let us consider the second case in which the external force is applied on this block so as to displace it from its mean position to any other extreme position towards right, so that the externally applied force is directed towards right, so the spring will get stretched. But in the stretched position, the spring will try to bring this block to its mean position again due to the internal restoring force, and that restoring force will be directed towards the mean position, which is given as F is equal to minus kx. So externally applied force will be towards right and restoring force will be towards left, which will try to restore the mean position of this block at point O. Here displacement of the block is equal to x. Now instead of stretching that spring in the third state, if that block is moved towards left, that is externally force is applied towards the left from the mean position, so at that time this block will get displaced through distance x, and as applied force is towards left, this spring will get compressed and again it will try to bring that block to its mean position from this extreme position, and therefore now restoring force will be exerted towards right. So in the second case, force is directed towards left, that is the restoring force, which is directed towards the mean position. Here also in the second case, that restoring force is directed towards right, that is towards the mean position, and therefore we can say that in this case the restoring force will be always directed towards the mean position. Now it will be opposite to that of displacement, because the displacement will be always measured from the mean position. So in the second case, displacement is towards right, restoring force is towards left. In the third case, displacement is towards left and restoring force is towards right, and therefore according to this definition of this linear simple harmonic motion, we can say that the restoring force will be proportional to displacement of the body from its mean position, and now it will be oppositely directed to that of displacement, that is F is equal to minus kx, where k is the proportionality constant, which is called as the force constant of that spring, that is F by x, minus F by x, that will be equal to k, that is the force constant, that is constant of proportionality. So in this case, this negative sign will indicate that the restoring force and displacement are oppositely directed. According to Newton's second law of motion, we have F is equal to ma, that is mass into acceleration, that will be equal to force, and therefore acceleration will be equal to force per unit mass, that is F by m. But this F is equal to minus kx, and therefore we can write this A will be equal to minus k by m into x, minus k by m into x. That will be the acceleration of that body performing linear simple harmonic motion. And now let us see the next, that is very important point, and that is the differential equation of linear SHM. Differential equation of linear SHM. So in order to obtain this differential equation for the linear SHM, let us consider a particle P. So P is the particle having its mass is equal to m and performing linear SHM along the straight line path xy. So x and y will represent the extreme positions, and the center of this path, that is O, will be treated as mean position. Let that particle P is initially at position O, and due to the application of the force F, it will be displaced through some distance x from the mean position. And therefore, if you consider this situation, as O is the mean position, displacement x will be always measured from the mean position. So due to the application of the external force, that particle gets displaced through distance x from point O to point P, and when it is at position P, the restoring force F will be directed towards the mean position. And so in case of linear SHM, we know that the force is directed towards the mean position and its magnitude is directly proportional to the displacement of that body from its mean position. And therefore, according to definition of linear SHM here, so as O is the mean position, x and y will represent extreme position. This will be the maximum amplitude on left side, that is taken as minus a. This is the amplitude, that is maximum displacement. On right side, it is taken as plus a. So between x and y, that body will perform the linear SHM. So as that particle is displaced from O to P due to the application of the force, that is external force, which is equal in magnitude to that of the restoring force, therefore we can say that the restoring force F will be equal to minus kx. As F is proportional to x, therefore we can write F is equal to minus kx, equation number 1, according to definition of the linear SHM. Now, according to Newton's second law of motion, F is equal to ma. F is equal to ma, and therefore if it is taken as equation 2, comparing equation 1 and 2, we can write ma will be equal to minus kx. So ma is equal to minus kx, equation number 3. But if you consider the linear motion, then the linear velocity v is equal to rate of change of displacement with respect to time, that is dx by dt, and the linear acceleration a will be equal to rate of change of velocity with respect to time, that is dv by dt. Now this acceleration will be written as d by dt into phi is nothing but dx by dt. Phi is dx by dt, and therefore in the form of double derivative, that acceleration a will be written as d square x by dt square. D square x by dt square. Now putting this value of acceleration in equation 3, we will get m d square x by dt square equal to minus kx. Now divide this equation by m and take this minus kx towards left side. Therefore we can write d square x by dt square will remain as it is. This minus will become plus, k will be divided by m, k by m, x equal to 0. Here m will vanish. Here we will get k by m. Now in case of linear SHM, this term k by m is replaced by omega square. So put k by m is equal to omega square, and now putting this value we will get d square x by dt square plus omega square x equal to 0, equation number 4. Now this equation d square x by dt square plus omega square x equal to 0 represents the required differential equation of linear SHM.